GSL Abyssal City.
All right, center right of our one-on-one map. We've got our first Protoss player. He's up one game. Is he going to keep the ball rolling? Can he keep the ball rolling? Some are saying he's the best Protoss player in the world. He is.
SK Telecom T1, Rain.
And in the center left, I think our fan favorite here from the site, TeamLiquid.net, with his own eccentric style, excuse me. Can he come back? His ideas?
Liquid Hero.
Okie dokie, tasteless. All right, so back to something about Rain real quick. I mean, so everyone knows I always have a build order notebook. I refresh it every couple months, like get a completely new one because all the builds go old. And of course, I have a lot of hero builds in it. There's no question. But the further you go into it for my newer and newer builds, Rain is starting to take over my notebook. Tasteless.
Really?
Like this guy, he so totally gets what he's doing. His plans are just so foolproof. Like, you know, when he got up to 8 Colossus really quickly and then just started pumping out a lot of Immortals, it's like, well, this is going to be an attack. And this is like some newfangled stuff about PvP that people are really learning, because PvP battles, like late game, are so confusing.
It's such a mess.
It's such a mess. It's actually really hard to figure out exactly which units are doing what in those battles. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, really? 8 Colossus into Immortals is good for attacking? It's like, yeah, on a lot of maps, that's a very reasonable
oftentimes
thing to do.
In battles like that, let's say that you win or that you lose. What is normally the last unit that's still there? The Colossus.
Yeah.
So let's just say he loses that battle. Well, then the Immortals come back and drive his opponent back anyways. If not, well, Immortals are pretty good against pretty much everything the Protoss
They're pretty
has.
good. Everything aside from charged Zealots, they're pretty good. And the Zealots die first, so Immortals die second last, right?
Right.
So if you have a little bit more Immortals, a little bit less Archons, yeah, Archons do a lot of damage. They're great, but the Zealots are already dead, and Archons are only going to do 10 damage until Hardened Shields are gone to Immortals.
Exactly.
So,
that's a really good point.
It's some interesting stuff, and it's also more production out of these buildings that you might not use as much, the Robos, once you're done Colossi.
Our hero took a little risk there, interrupted his mining to try to trap Rain's probe, who was in the worker line. Rain did get away.
If you get that probe in, it's big.
He's in there.
Oh, he might do something cheeky here, Tasteless.
Sneak a probe.
Yeah, sneak a probe?
Sneak a probe, that's a technical term.
Yep. All right, so both these guys going for...
Wait. Oh, he didn't look. He, like, started to look, and then he turned around.
All right, both these guys actually have gone for 3 Stalker rushes. And let's see. No, they're about at the same place on everything. Hero only has 2 probes on each gas, so that tells us that he's either going to go more aggressive or quicker.
He's going to forget the main, it looks like.
Yeah,
he's going to hide a pylon there. Now, this is not something Range should normally lose to. Maybe some of you guys have lost this in latter games, but this doesn't happen at high-level play because everybody checks for in the inside of their main.
All right, yeah, and it looks like this is just a pretty standard overall 3 Stalker rush into Blink for Rain. And that's, I mean, it's a very strong build. It's good against pretty much everything, but when there's a pylon in your main, you're just going to have less units. There's just not going to be anything you can do about that.
Oh my god, that's so close.
Yeah, and even when it finishes, he's not quite going to see it. Boy, oh boy.
All right, so right when that pylon oh my god!
Oh, man.
Panic mode.
This is
He needs
panic
to get over
mode.
there now. He needs to get over there and get that pylon.
Oh, God.
A second pylon is being made. Hero trying to run up the ramp right now.
He needs to target the Stalkers. He needs to target the Stalkers that are warping in, and he starts to. But this is still going to be so deadly. Rain, he's chrono boosting his gates as quickly as possible, getting out as many Stalkers as he can, sacrificing a lot of probes because he absolutely must. And now he has to target down that pylon. He cannot let another round come in.
Taking the Stalkers and chasing down Hero. Rain now, 4-3, 4-4 now. But the pylon has been eliminated. 1 sentry at the ramp, and he can block off this rush.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Good hold by Rain, just at the last possible second to live, scouts that. Perfect decision-making, sacrificing probes to be able to actually hold it. And the probe count's actually just tied up now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you look at where both these players stand, Hero has 4 gates, late Twilight. He's a little bit lower on gas because he cut more gas to get more minerals for the 4-gate. Meanwhile, we have Blink almost done and an Observer about to pop out. And I haven't seen like any PvPs on this map, nor played this map PvP, so I didn't know this is actually a good map for Blink Ops, but looking at it closer, it definitely is one that you can do.
It absolutely is.
And he's
so Rain is in a lead right now, guys.
He's got a complete tech domination here.
So there's a high chance he's going to go Blink into the main. He might expand on his own off this. But what happens is then Hero's stuck inside of his base. Unless he snipes one of Rain's observers, and therefore he can't see up the ramp and he can't Blink into the main.
But Hero doesn't even have a robo. He's just going for Blink, and it's only halfway done. So, I mean, Rain has a great chance here as his observer gets up and sees what's going on. Look at that. He even had to spend gas on a sentry, which is not going to help him when he blinks up.
Yeah.
He does have a couple zealots up there, though.
That was a very impulsive force field, by the way.
Yeah, you might think that it was just... Oh, wait, no, he saw that there was a robo.
Yeah, so he actually knows better. Hero's not
That was an impulsive force field. That's actually true, yeah. Because he never saw the Twilight, so he doesn't know for a fact it's Blink. Because if you only see the Twilight, you might be like, oh, this might be a Blink attack, then you force field. It's smart.
Right.
But anyways, I mean...
Look at the minimap here. Look at how Rain is sending parts of his army out everywhere.
Yeah.
He's saying, oh, wait a minute, you're probably going to try to counterattack me. And I'm not going to let that happen.
And, I mean, finding these Zealots, that's a big deal. If those Zealots get in there and mess with his probes, he's in trouble. He's going to be able to take out this proxy pylon, which is a big deal as well. In the meantime, Hero is getting his own robo. So Hero's basically equalizing everything right now. This is nothing's
so evenly matched.
They really
games start out.
Seriously, man, it's pretty frightening how close these two are. But yeah, I mean everything's kind of equalizing. It's Rain is going into Immortals. Both of them are getting ready to expand now. Of course, the Immortals give him more power if they fight heads up. But if one player stays on Blink Stalkers and stays aggressive against the guy going Immortal plus expand, then he can be in some trouble just because you're more mobile. But that's going to be hard to actually pull off, and it looks like Hero actually just wants to take the expand as well. He's not going to take the risk on that.
Right, Hero probably going to get. All right, he's going to get that Immortal as you said. No observer out here for Hero unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, Hero is just making it. Wait, he hasn't made it actually.
Yeah, he's completely in the dark.
He's skipping it. Okay, I'm actually surprised he's going straight into Immortal. I guess he's afraid of the converse of what I just said, you know, someone just staying on the Blink Stalkers and going.
All right, he's going to turn down the rocks over here. And he can potentially blink into the main here.
Yeah, he has to be careful, though, because when you buy that many Immortals, you have to assume that your opponent has as many or possibly more Blink Stalkers, in which case your blinking shouldn't do much.
He's going to blink in. Here we go.
Oh, man, he is going to do it. And, in fact, he's going to be able to snipe this, perhaps, but he's going to lose a lot for doing so.
Yeah, but if he takes it out, then, oh, my God, that was so well done with that volley. So he lost, I think, 4 Stalkers there.
Did he?
3 Stalkers?
I think it was 3.
3 Stalkers there, but now his opponent can't make Immortals, and Immortals are a counter Blink Stalker.
And Rain right now just continuing to produce Immortals, realizing that he needs them to defend a counterattack, because his opponent will have more Blink Stalkers now no matter what. And he is taking up to his Robotics Bay as well.
He's chasing him.
Ooh,
Nice.
Really good.
Nice blinking up in there.
Ooh,
whoa, totally missed that.
Botched force fields there. All right, so right now we actually have Hero going for the... He is getting his Robo again, but... I mean, this just means he's going to be behind on Colossus count again, and as this goes towards the late game, that gives Rain, we've already seen, he knows what to do with the Colossus lead. He knows that when he can take his bases, he knows that if he wants to get aggressive, he's already had his Robos up for a long time, he can get those extra Immortals, and in fact, he already has 4 Immortals. 4 Immortals.
He's in fantastic shape. I don't know, I feel like actually Rain's starting to take too much of a tech lead. You know, Hero did the build that was the risk, that he couldn't quite get out and do, that if he could have won the game right away, or his opponent would have an advantage. Then we saw Rain blink into Hero's main, kill that Robo facility. You know, right now Rain definitely in the lead.
And well, right now we do have Rain just taking over the complete map control once again with his high count of Immortals. Hero, in the time warping a lot of Stalkers. He's just keeping that Stalker count up really high so that he can actually punish Rain if Rain missteps even one time.
All right, Thermal Lance is on the way. Forge is on the way.
I really like the choice to get that quick Thermal Lancer.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, blinking up towards the main now.
And here, just, I mean, he's trying to scout, but what are you really going to learn here?
Yeah,
to be honest, it's kind of obvious what's going on.
The supplies are fairly even.
Yeah. Hero's actually getting a Warp Prism. And he's getting a Warp Prism against someone that does have... Oh, okay. He actually just added 2 gates. Hero's actually going to go for a timing attack here off of 6 gates. He's counting on his opponent since he's likely going for Colossus here. He's counting on him just having way less gateway units, which sometimes can work out in your favor.
All right, he's moving out though. Now, I don't know if Rain knows for sure that this attack is coming.
Yeah, Rain actually should go home.
And just turtle up and defend.
Yeah,
if he lives through this, he pretty much wins the game.
Yeah, his tech advantage is just going to be enormous. Hero's really putting a lot into this off of 6 gates with no Colossus tech yet. He has to do a lot of damage.
Now, force fields are going to be very good for Rain right now against this.
Yes, so good. Now... Oh, God, is he going to do... Okay, he's going to just drop the Immortals behind the Force Fields, perhaps. Sometimes people drop the Immortals in the main, warp in a bunch of Zealots, and force you to make hard decisions, but...
All right, gets an Observer.
Oh, man, this is a stressful moment, Tasteless.
It really is, and it's about to get worse.
And he's going to drop those Immortals very nicely, trying to target down the Colossus in the back, and gets one. And a huge amount of force fields and blinks going down here. Who actually has enough? It looks like Hero may actually have enough to overcome this, but that Colossus is still being useful.
One Immortal over here, still about to come out. The second Colossus comes up as well.
Wow, the force fields plus last Immortal left over with the second Colossus popping out, doing a great job right now. Picks off the Immortal of his opponent, but a nice big blink in.
I don't know if that's actually that good. You know, he blinked in and got the Colossus, but he's going to lose everything else. And yeah, Rain definitely going to win that little battle.
And not just that battle, Tasteless. This gives him a pretty big lead. Even though he lost a bunch of probes, he's got 2 Robos right now. He already has 1 Colossus out. And he's just going to gain a gigantic Colossus lead. Hero just now started that robotic space, so I feel like not only did he win the battle there, but losing those probes, look, that's a lot of probes killed, but I don't think it's that big a deal right this moment.
Oh, takes out that Observer too. I don't know, man. Do you think Rain could just do a timing, or not a timing, actually, a counterattack and hit his opponent?
No. I would say that's still a little bit scary. His army's kind of small. He knows at this point that Hero has to have like 6 gates. You know, he has that blink tech already. His army isn't really made for walking across the map and attacking right now, especially off 2 Robos. When you have 2 Robos, you want to get a little bit longer into the game. You got to get those 2 Robos to pay off, and that's going to mean at least 5 Colossus before attack, probably longer.
Rain's going to probably blink into the main here. Or excuse me, Hero's going to blink into the main as Rain leaves.
Wow, this is a strong move right here. Picking that off is so big. That is so big to pick that off.
He's going to intercept this.
Yeah, he's going to... No. In fact, he blinked down time. That was a big victory right there.
That was
for Hero.
Huge.
That really was, man, because everything we were talking about hinged on the fact that he had 2 Robos up producing Colossus, and now he doesn't, and now Hero's going to get it. Wow.
Neck and neck now. Well, it looks like, anyways, Rain might move out on the map. No, as I say that, he backs up again. Interested in taking that 3rd base.
Well, I tell you, man, that was... Hero's doing such a good job of keeping himself in this game. He's like forcing himself to still be in this game. His opening being failed and then his attack being failed. He just keeps on finding ways to make it even enough to go forward.
He even picked the right number of Stalkers to send out to blink into that man.
Yeah. Everything really good by him. So, you know, Hero, there we go. He is throwing down that next Nexus just now. And that's what he needs to do. You know, he's going up for that double Robo. Whenever you see double Robo, it's got to really go into 3 base. You don't want to... There's no real timing off 2 base double Robo.
Oh, this Observer. Nicely done. One of the few moments I see an Archon kill an Observer. Well, let me check Stenartosis.
Yeah.
So it's we have 1 Colossi to 3, so Rain's still in good shape as far as those Colossi incrementing out.
Yeah, I would say the game's pretty even once again, but Rain does have definitely a little bit of a lead. And in fact, he's starting to add in some Immortals. Oh no, he canceled it. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, that doesn't. He's not up to the amount of Colossus you want yet. All right.
Looks like Hero's got 2 forces moving down to the map in different locations. I think he wants to control these 2 watchtowers and see if he can't watch Rain come out and catch him in a bad position.
Yeah. You know, he's Hero. He's got Blink Stalkers. There's no reason he can't be out on the map doing things with them. And, well, you know what? Right now, the one thing we can say once again for Rain is that his +2 is just finishing, whereas the +1 of Hero is only halfway done. So he does have that lead. He does have the Colossus lead once again. In fact, he's about to hit 6. So will he go to 8 and start his Immortal production again? Or will he sit back and wait? I mean, this is a huge, long map to walk across. It's going to be hard to actually set up an attack on this map.
Yeah, it really is. If you notice, I don't think there's any real location like we saw in the previous game on 3 bases where you can go out and position your army.
Yeah, I mean,
and win when they try to move out. You know,
the arcs you can make on this map defensively with just observer sighting or observer spotting. It's huge.
All right, Q-Stock is coming up here now. And he's got to be careful. This could be intercepted. At the same time, he could get a lot of probes.
And in fact, he will intercept this time. All these Stalkers should die, but can he make them worth it?
Well, I mean, I basically just completely wrecked that. That was a big mistake there by Hero. That was definitely not a lapping amount of Stalkers at all.
He didn't do quite the damage he wanted there. That is for certain.
Now,
I mean,
Hero's moving out now too into the Zeldaga Watchtower. While you can see Rain kind of relocated back into his base of defense, so that does put Hero in a slightly better position. But I don't know, with the supply count at 136 to 161, don't know how much that matters.
Well, now this is the interesting part of the game right here for Rain. He's got up to his 8 Colossus again. What is he going to do from here? Because he has 8 Colossus, a couple Archons, 1 Immortal, and then just random other stuff. He is kind of moving out aggressively because of the loss of those Blink Stalkers, but is this the right choice right now?
Ooh, getting his Colossus here in the back.
Oh my god! He almost got that.
All right, as you can see now, Rain relocating.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a for realsies attack. It may be, but I feel like the defensive positioning of Hero may be enough to just hold this off. Yeah, he's down a couple Colossus right this moment, but arcs on the top of the ramp make a huge difference.
Yeah, it really does. The first few volleys from the Colossi, it matters so much.
There's
a lot
actually
of Archons.
There's an observer on top of Hero's army.
Oh, I didn't
This is a big
that.
deal, and with that there, that's something that Rain can force an attack to work with, because if he sees exactly how the army's laid out, he can abuse weak parts of it, especially since he has 2 more Colossi. And in fact, that's what he's doing. He has no idea this is coming. Oh, he's engaging half the army at once, blinking up on the other side. And this is a nice engagement right now by Rain. But Hero, he does have a lot of Immortals popping out.
There might be enough Archons here in the front, and it looks like Hero might be able to beat him back here with these clumped up Colossi.
But
he backs up for a second. The supply lead still going to Rain.
That's right. I mean, Rain is still in a pretty good spot here.
If you notice, Hero had an observer over the opponent's army too.
Oh, okay.
They were both observing each other. If only one of them had turned around.
Oh, and that clump of Rain really getting punished for a moment by Hero. You got to be so careful with these Colossi. They die very quickly to each other. And he's backing up. May have decided that this is it's too risky, he's too close to his opponent's robos. Those reinforcements going to be super powerful in this situation. Time to go back home and make another death ball.
How are we doing upgrades?
As far as upgrades go, we have +3 for Rain.
+2 for Hero.
Hero not getting +3 yet.
Wonder why that is. Just low on gas?
Yeah. I mean, this has been such a hectic game for him. He's been low on gas basically since the beginning because of what he chose to do with that 4-gate, and then the slower Colossi had to put all his gas in that production, whereas Rain had a more balanced count the entire game. So Getting that +3 is a hard thing for him to start, and just now starting it.
All right, it looks like Hero's going to try to take the center of the map. Will Rain let him have it? Does Rain have even the ability to stop him? It looks like Hero, being pretty cautious, goes ahead and backs up.
And right now we actually do have the double mortal production popping out for Rain as well. So he's getting up to that really sick army he had before. He's about to have 6 Immortals and 8 Colossus. So that's, I mean, that is pretty scary indeed.
So Rain still with the map position, supply position, but the tech position, you know, it's fairly even.
Yeah, it definitely is. Hero is just now starting his Zealot charge. I didn't notice that he didn't have that. That's how hectic those battles are. But he's got a Warp Prism, so we'll see if he can get something done with that. When you get to these big maxed out games where it's hard to attack each other, Warp Prism harassment becomes just so key. Keep yourself a little bit below max so you can warp in 10-ish supply around the map and see if you can get your opponent out of position or perhaps do a lot of damage.
And we're going to see, I think he was at 170 supply when he did it last time, correct? So I guess he's going to do it again, right about that.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, he's up to 8 Immortals and 8 Colossus, 3 Archons.
So interesting.
Such a good set of units.
All right, we got a little bit of harass over here. And it looks like now the Archon being hit pretty hard here. But the rest of this is taken out. Is he going to get that? No.
Looks like he'll get it out of there.
Just make a few more cannons there.
Yeah, eventually he'll probably have quite a few there.
4th base is on the way here for Hero at the bottom center. It's about halfway done.
A little bit later than Rain's. So Rain does have a slightly better income. But as far as probe counts go, it's pretty close. 53 to 48 with
this
Rain
map
lead.
does make for some great late game PvP. I really like it, actually.
Yeah, these ramps and stuff make posturing just huge. I mean, posturing's always big in the matchup, but I would say almost especially on this map.
It's funny because these Zealots can't actually do any damage over there simply because they don't have a ranged attack. If it was a stalker, he can maybe put it behind there. I feel like Rain's just not going to lose anything to any of these attacks up here.
Yeah. Now, it looks like this is maybe coming to a head somewhat soon here. They just keep posturing so aggressively towards each other.
Right.
I mean, Hero just keeps walking up to the map, and Rain is basically on defensive patrol right now. In fact, he just jumped up to 10 Colossus, and when you see Protoss on 10 Colossus, like one of these world's top guys that really get it, they're planning on just having the ultimate army. Like, just sitting back defensively. If Hero attacks into 10 Colossus, he's not going to do well.
Looks like he could get in good position now.
Yeah. Oh my God. He almost just did.
Really debating doing it.
You got to be careful about going up that small little path there. So Hero continues to do little warp-ins, and they're doing a good job right now. Look at this. The 4 Zealots coming in. It's going to kill off some probes, especially ones on gas. That's a very nice kill right there. Totally worth a few Zealots.
I think it's the photon cannons off the back of this.
Yeah, and Hero's taking a better position on the map while he goes to clean this up.
So smart. The moment he realizes, okay, you actually have to send your army back here. I'm going to move out. I'm going to claim this part.
It's exactly what you want to do. And the thing is, Rain moved back into position quick enough that Hero wasn't truly able to get anything done. But if he does that another 5-6 times this game, maybe, just maybe, Rain won't be in the right position one time and he gets an expansion kill.
All right, he is going to get these Immortals, man.
Yeah, that's...
He's going to show you that...
This is actually bad.
We got an engagement, though. Guardian Shield good for both players. Knowing how he's blinking, or moving the Colossi forward, really spreading them out here. And the Immortals all in the front, destroying those Stalkers. And a way better composition here, once again, for Rain.
That's right. Rain has gotten just so many Immortals in with his Colossi.
I think that might be... yeah, it is. GG. Now, he just is better at making the perfect army late game and attacking with it.
Yeah, and, well, the thing is, this game, it was a little bit different from last game. You know, he got up to the 4th base and made 10 Colossus.
Look at Hero.
Ooh, he is crushed, man.
He is not.
I mean, that was Hero's mistake. Hero started to attack down a ramp against a man with 10 Colossus. And that's not something you can do. When you see your opponent has 10 Colossus in PvP, you may as well go to Mothership.
Actually,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's to attack into 10 Colossus. I mean,
they're going to do the Archon toilet and that, and they just shoot him up from above. I don't know if Hero could come back now, guys.
Well, this is pretty rough, man. This would be an epic comeback indeed if he did.
Those games, I mean, they're both playing so well in the early game, but then when you get to the late game, when it really is just about this big Colossus death ball with other support units, we're learning a lot right now about how many Immortals you do want to get, because they really clean up those Stalkers and, of course, the Colossi as well. I don't know. I think Hero's going to have to mix up his playstyle. So when we get back, we're going to go on to Game 3 and see if Hero can start a comeback or if Rain's going to close it out. Stay tuned.